Ball is in and the game is on at a sunny Wexford Park. Had been no sun all morning, but promised and out it came here. And ball is in and we're underway in this Wexford who are attacking first. The ball put forward by Harry Keogh up to the side of the field. Conal Flood being tackled strongly to the side of the field. Good tackling over here from Donncha Hartnett and knocked out over the sideline. Yeah, game just on a little over 33 seconds. Sideline cut for Laois. Ball was cut off there. Sideline cut from Pod Lane. Did well into the middle of the field. Broken down, won by Wexford and charging his way forward. The centre half forward. Jack O'Connor. O'Connor down along the sideline. Changing across with Harry Keogh. Keogh came in for Paul Morris on the listed team. But what changed in the Laois team as well? Tell you what in a moment. Out over the sideline. And the big change in the Laois team was a lot of talk over the last 2 days. David Dooley was selected to play his first ever senior game for Laois seniors before he played for the club, but documentation came from Croke Park yesterday saying he cannot play. Not only can he not play today, he cannot play for the rest of the year. He was 18 back in February, but he's still under 18, and Croke Park said he's not allowed. So huge disappointment. A man who was training for the past 5 months and for the past 3 weeks and was lining out at centre half forward. Sideline cut is taken in the middle of the field, knocked off by Roddy King. Laois certainly tearing into it in the early stages, as both teams are down along the sideline. The ball is with centre half back Simon Donoghue. Donoghue gives it back inside to the centre. Conal Flood takes it on the run. Hand passes it back inside to Conor MacDonald. MacDonald goes for the score but drops short inside, and the Laois captain Enda Lyons takes it. Laois playing with a very, very strong breeze in the opening half. Wexford won the toss. Long puck out down the far side. Running onto it and trying to win it over there was Chad Dwyer, but the ball just popped away from him. Grabbed over there by Gavin Bailey. Bailey inside into the centre to Mikey Dwyer. Dwyer wins the ball and has plenty of support going forward. He's gone flying with the ball, is Mikey Dwyer. Gone to the other 45 and still going forward. Throws the ball up. Tackled strongly on the far side of the field then by Donncha Hartnett. Hartnett broke the ball. It was won back by Wexford. A shot across. Saved by Roland. Brilliant save. The ball was going for the far corner of the net. Shot coming in from just outside the square, and away comes Roland. Out past the 21. Drills one down along the far side. Down there to get it foot first is Roddy King. Roddy wins the ball. Turns around and strikes it. One look at the post and puts it over the bar. That's a great score from Roddy King. Great start to the game. Enda Lyons.
Yeah, well, we have the way we're lining out. Actually, Kieran Comerford has gone centre forward, and Aaron Dunphy's gone into midfield. Other than that, it's fairly much as expected. Kevin Foley is dropping back for them, so they're playing a sweeper, and it's Foley. Nothing surprising there. And our sweeper, I'm just picking it up. I think it's Donncha Hartnett. Yeah, Donncha is sweeping for us, so that's the way we've set up.
Almost 3 minutes gone in the game then. Here at Wexford Park, Laois lead by a point and to no score, and win the ball in the middle of the field. Great ball won by Ryan Maloney. Saw him getting his fingers bandaged just before the start of the game, just picked up something in the warm-up, but it's Wexford will win the ball back and come away with it, and it's Harry Keogh. Harry being forced out this side of the field. Referee was given the advantage first, then gives the free. A bit of a high tackle on this side of the field by Kieran Collier, and the free will be to Wexford, and a chance for them to equalise in the ball out this side of the field. What is she? About 60 metres out and about 5 metres in from the sideline. Very, very strong breeze on that.
Yeah, it's hard to know what it's worth, but it looks like a 7 or 8 point win in any case. Good start now. They're turning into it, so it's a matter of settling down into it and keep that scoreboard ticking over. We're happy enough the way we started, but as I say, that's a very strong win, Jack.
Harry Keogh then for the equaliser, 60 metres out, 5 metres in the sideline under the stand here at Wexford Park, and point to no score. Laois lead. That point from Roddy King from play. He gets under this one, he strikes it very, very well, dropping shot. Roland goes up and grabs it out of the air. 3 times he's been called into action, and he comes soloing away, and these players behind him, but the puck out mightn't go where it was intended. Outside to Harry Keogh again. Harry Keogh goes for the score and pucks it over the bar, and then they won't be happy with that clearance.
No, he won't. He's the man outside him. Listen, it's the first game in so long. That's going to happen. We're going to have mistakes today, so it's a matter of just believing in yourself and staying hurling. Mistakes will happen, so be it.
4 minutes gone and 10 seconds. Ball on the far side. One down there by Laois corner for PJ Scully, who came in for David Dooley. PJ goes for the score, but PJ just off to the right and wide from the same position as Roddy King got the first one over. Should have been a point there from PJ. But the first wide of the game then for Laois. They're level here at Wexford Park, and we have only 4.5 minutes gone in the opening half. Looking for the short puck out inside is Seamus Casey. Just to play in the forwards, and it's a strong tackle coming in, the real tackle coming in from Chad Wire, a trim down Chad Wire, and he forces the corner forward inside, who's back there, Kevin Foley. You see when he forces him, great play by Chad.
Well, Kevin Foley got maybe a bit of a surprise. He thought Chad looks actually slimmer than I've seen him in a long time, but he is solid as a rock, and he put Foley backwards, and then he was able to turn him over, and that's what you want to see. Our clearances so far have been good, they've been diagonal, so Roddy, Cha and PJ have been able to get in front, and we're playing it fairly early.
PJ Scully with the free, then dead straight in front of the post, pops it over the bar, and Laois lead by 2 points to 1 here at Wexford Park, and good play by Chad Wire, no question about that. Self and Enda were chatting earlier, we were wondering, well, would his loss of weight affect his loss of physicality, but I don't think so, Enda.
No, I love that. Cha is the heartbeat of any team that he's on, and that's going to lift all his teammates as well.
David Dunn with the ball for Wexford in the puck out, gives it back inside the Diarmuid O'Keefe. O'Keefe going forward, surrounded by Laois players and dispossessed. Brilliant play back there. That's absolutely superb play by the Laois men, and Fiacre Fennell back there in the heart of it, won the ball and won the free.
So what you got to do, the Wexford are going to run at you, so you know what they're going to do, so you've got to track. There's no two ways about it. So Fiacre Fennell is outstanding at that. We saw him do it last year against Tony Kelly. He's a shocking honest player. It was Fiacre Fennell coming back, getting in the hurl and turning it over.
Now, rolling with he doesn't go for, he goes for to place it down along the sideline, down to Roddy King. Roddy wins the ball, trying to turn his man away onto his left hand side, but he's been hooked on that side. He still goes forward the ball, soloing through the centre, gone through the semicircle, still going forward, tries to lay the ball off, out into the wing. On the south side was Kieran Comfort, but he just couldn't kick the ball. But are still fighting strongly for it. Fierce tackles going in down here. Cha was pulled around the neck. Back there covering up for Wexford is Conor Hearn. Hearn gives the ball outside on the Diarmuid O'Keefe, and they get away with it. Angel comes flying out along the field. He's gone to the 45 and still going. Puts a lovely pass on. The two Laois men come into it and getting there first was Fiacre Fennell. Did very, very well. He's really fired up for this one.
Yeah, but he has immense speed. So if Fiacre sees something like that, I don't think anybody's as fast as him. I've seen him in training last week, and he was outstanding pace.
Sideline could be taken by Jack O'Connor. It's a long one way across to the far side of the field. Chasing onto it on the far side is Ryan Mullaney. Mullaney will get there first. Let's go out over the sideline. Just couldn't get there in time to stop it. He'll take the sideline cut himself. He has Roland back behind him. He's going to leave it to his cornerback Lee Clear. Great to see Lee, troubled by injury 2 years ago. Still last year, little bit that niggling injury, made his way back. Now seems to be back in top form and top physical form as well. He'll take the sideline cut inside his own 45. Didn't go too far. Cuts it along. Mullaney didn't get it up. First time picked up instead by Diarmuid O'Keefe. O'Keefe is challenged strongly on the far side by Lee Clear, and he is back to his best form, I think.
Yeah, I love Lee Clear. We all do in Laois. Shocking on his player, very, very hard. But the way we've set up, the game is kind of compact in the middle and in our defence, which means there's a lot of room in front of PJ, Roddy and Cha, which is suiting us. Foley, their sweepers trying to find out where the ball is going, but we've got to keep them guessing.
Laois playing well, it has to be said, and we have 7.5 minutes gone in the opening half, and the lead by 2 points to 1. The ball on the far side of the field and taken on the run on the far side by Aaron Dunphy and laid off. But again, it's the second wide of the game for Laois. A little bit of a snapshot from the far side of the field.
Right option though. Paddy Purcell was a runner off his shoulder and popped it to him. They did the right thing, and listen, to 2 weeks, 3 weeks time that'll probably fly over from Paddy, but unfortunately that one just sailed wide.
Puck out comes again, Seamus Casey. He's trying to play them short. He does again, this time to his full back, Liam Ryan. Ryan lays the ball off quickly outside to Kevin Foley. In possession, he's caught again by Cha, but this time Cha is deemed to have fouled him around the neck. Or it's not Cha, it's Kieran Comfort, the other yellow helmet in the forwards. And Kieran Comfort commits the foul this time. But probably would have been a bit more of a challenge from Cha when it was going more physical. But now the free is to Wexford on their own 45. Taking the ball, wants to take it quickly, but no one is showing for him. He wants to take it short, I think, as well. It's the Kevin Foley, the corner forward, Black playing as a sweeper, long ball right down on the far side of the field. The ball breaks down, but Wexford pick it up. Kieran MacDonald with the ball, turning, twisting with the ball. He's forced a free on himself there, and there was no question about that. He was turning and twisting, there was nothing Laois could do about it, and the free ends about 30 metres out.
Kieran MacDonald has a lot of experience now at this stage, so he knew he had to work a free, because in fairness, Sean Downey didn't let him win it the first time. We had closed in around him, so the cuteness of MacDonald twisted and turned it and kind of created a high tackle scenario, so probably a little bit on the handy side, but listen, we won't go crying about it. Harry
Keogh with the free then inside that semicircle to pop it over the bar and to put the size level, and he does 2 points each at Wexford Park. Laois and Wexford in the opening round of the National Hurling League 2021, and 9 minutes and 16 seconds gone in this opening half. Roland with the puck out again, and goes low and short down this side of the field, trying to run onto it. There was a Kieran Comfort beaten for the ball, picked up then by Gavin Bailey. Bailey hits one right down along the far side of the field. Oh, great little touchdown there from the corner forward. David Dunn goes near the end line, but out over the end line. Good defending back there, and the ball is won. Just then before the game, trying to learn the role of full-back is Sean Downey, and no better man to learn it against Conor MacDonald today.
Yeah, he'll have to learn quick. I'm just watching actually, MacDonald is coming out a bit as well, and so there's a little bit of moving about. The Wexford are playing two inside and MacDonald isn't always there, so Downey is on him sometimes and not the other. Now Donncha is on him at the minute. Donncha is a stick type player, but we saw last year, Jack, I thought Donncha Harton was probably our best player last year throughout the year, so I have no worries there either.
Donncha's pass didn't go where it was intended at that time. There's a Wexford sweeper back there. There was two men there and it went to them, but it worked out on the far side of the field, worked out for a sideline for Laois, and over there to take it in is PJ Scully. It's 5 metres out on the far side of the field, terrace side. There's only a couple of guards over there and a couple of men with the yellow vests, security men, and the TV cameras are up on the far side of the field as well, and that's all is on the terrace here. Normally we packed here. PJ goes for this sideline cut. It's a massive puck, but it's a massive puck that goes way out to the right and wide. Certainly had the distance, had the height, had everything, hadn't the accuracy, and you always wonder whether you should go for those ones or not.
It's a difficult one, but sometimes when it's that tight, there's a period of time where you're as well off, you know what I mean. Like PJ is an outstanding stick man, so I would have still gone for that one.
Ball breaks down in the middle of the field, comes off the hurl there of Aaron Dunphy. Wexford up pile into it, and there is Conor MacDonald. MacDonald gives it back outside to Jim O'Keefe. O'Keefe down along the far side for his midfield partner Conor Hearn. Hearn with the ball 25 metres out, still going forward, runs straight into Fiacre Fennell, and Fennell does brilliantly and knocks into the ground and takes the ball off him and comes away with it and passes it outside, taking onto it, but the Laois made a little bit of a mess of it. Jack Kelly's there to mop the ball up, turned onto his right hand side. Jack now hits it down along for Roddy, down to the side of the field, trying to win the ball with Cha. Cha didn't win it. The Wexford men were stronger on top of it, and then PJ Scully puts the hurl in around the neck and drags the Wexford man to the ground, and a little bit of dangerous play there. Some referees may take a dimmer view of it, but he's having strong words with PJ and maybe just put a tick in the book.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Jack Kelly though. I was watching what we were doing with the ball, which is very important, Jack. So Jack Kelly could have hit it aimless. He took a few steps, lifted his head, put it in front of Cha. Thought Cha would have nailed it actually, but what's important, Jack, is that when we have the ball, we're trying to find our full forward line and trying to play a diagonal ball in front of them, and by and large it's been working so far.
Yes, going off the field for some treatment, I think, is Fiacre Fennell. He has a right good bloody nose there, just above the nose or above the eye somewhere. There's a bit of blood around the nose, but I'd say they'll mop it up there fairly quickly. There's a bit of blood, so we'll have to come in for that. And James Ryan coming in, fairly quickly, but it's nothing serious, I would say. The doctor and the physio is there, and they'll mop him up and have him back in place very, very soon. David O'Brien, the man writing out the note on the sideline. Referee waiting for the blood sub to come in, and coming in is James Ryan. And Fiacre Fennell, great start. Hope he'll continue.
Yeah, it looks superficial. I know the blood looks bad, but I don't think Fiacre's any issues with it. We need him out there.
Long puck then from Kevin Foley, dropping in past the edge of the square. Conor MacDonald wins the ball in front of Sean Downey. Could be dangerous here, trying to make an angle for him. If he got a shot in, does, but he puts it in and puts it over the bar. And he just can't be allowed to win balls like that.
Yeah, an outstanding full forward, we know that. They still set goal side him, so you have to accept that when he wins the ball, sometimes he is going to win a ball, but you make sure that he doesn't get a goal. So they stood him up, and MacDonald got a point, and so be it.
Wexford lead then by the single point, 3 points to 2. 13 minutes gone in the opening half, and Maloney going flying down along the far side. He was hooked from behind, and the ball is won and taken by Paddy Purcell on his bike, but knocked away brilliantly on the far side by Conal Flood, and Flood did brilliantly and then passed the ball back outside. That was great defending by Wexford. Laois had the ball. Paddy Purcell was on his bike and going forward, and a lovely little pass along the ground again to Mikey Dwyer, and Dwyer comes flying to the middle of the field through the 65 onto his right hand side, going for the score, dropping in but dropping to the right and wide, and Wexford's first wide of the game. And that's a very good battle.
It is actually. It's a great game. Now we do have the wind and we need to be scoring more, but we're hurling well. We're doing a lot of good things and we're forcing them to make errors. So we've started well. It's a good game of hurling, Jack.
Absolutely, and great play back here by Lee Clear. 2 extra men on him, and he wins the ball and comes away with a tremendous play brought to the ground. Absolutely outstanding. I think Lee Clear is back.
I think Lee Clear is back, Jack. Yeah, it's not wonderful. Because when he's coming out like that, he's actually PJ's coming back inside, just outside our 45. I don't think he'll have a problem with distance. It would do his confidence a world of good if he puts it over, because we'll need every potential scoring opportunity, Jack, and this is a scoring opportunity for PJ.
You'd also like to see Char getting onto a few ball, because he's missed 2 there now that was laid out for him, and he just needs that bit of confidence boost as well. PJ Scully with the ball from deep inside his own 65, but he hit it. He knew he minute he hit it out to the left and wide. But a few players need to get on the ball.
Yeah, Kieran Comfort's been unlucky once or twice, so he needs to get on the ball as well. Kieran Collier hasn't been on the ball yet. Hopefully he'll get into it, but he needs to find it now here. Actually, speak of the devil, good luck, Kieran.
Here Collier with the ball, back in the Laois team after 3-year absence, still going forward, tried to strike it, hook from behind again, and that's 3 or 4 times these hooks have come in from Wexford, and Laois little bit naive, maybe one would say, because they are being hooked easily.
Yeah, and bar the 15 on 15 that they had the internal game last week, these boys haven't hurled, so we have to be conscious of that. So what you're really looking for today, Jack, is huge effort, and you have to accept that there's mistakes. So that's what we're seeing, a massive effort, and yeah, it's learning on the job today, Jack.
Absolutely, and they're doing very, very well. 1 point in it, and Wexford 3 point Laois 2, 15 minutes gone in this opening half, and a very, very bright start for Laois. But I must stress to you again, they're hurling with a gale here at Wexford Park, looking at the flags blowing, and we saw Enda Lyons pucking out a ball before when they were pucking around, and he poked it into the square the other end of the field, and he can do that, not being allowed to do it at the minute. Kevin Foley back covering at least his sideline ball goes up along the side, and Kevin hits one inside to Conor McDonald is about 50 metres out, a lovely ball packed inside to Jack O'Connor with the ball and going forward. Laois around him, he tried to get a ball in, great play, knocked away from there by the Laois centre half back Podge Delaney, did very, very well, and back covering and picking up the ball James Ryan on the blood tub, pops the ball away. Donncha Hart at the moment, man. Lovely little pop pass forward to Jack Kelly. Jack wins the ball, but can he get it up into his hand? And he does brilliantly as well. He has a man outside him. Tips it outside to Ryan Mullaney. Mullaney, a low on the ground. Down along the wing to Aaron Dunphy. Aaron Dunphy goes for a score from his own 65. But again, even with the wind, the ball was 30 yards wide.
Yeah, but it was the right option. We worked it out. It wasn't aimless. We're on the water break, Jack, and I think we'd be happy by the fact that our shooting's been a little bit off, but the decision making has been good. Physicality is excellent in our backs. They're hurling fierce well. We're looking after the ball. We're trying to do the right thing. Yes, a couple of wides, a bit disappointing, but by and large, Jack, hurling well. But as the point you said, the wind is worth 7 points, and we're definitely not getting 7. We're not 7 points up yet. Full forwards doing well. Collier struggling. Comerford struggling. Paddy Person struggling. PJ's doing alright. Chaz doing alright. Roddy's doing okay. Is Feeker back yet? Yeah, Feeker's back. Feeker's back. Yeah. I'd say he's back on now. A bit of a problem with Mullaney. Ryan is back off, so you can just blood sub has changed again. Freaker's back in. Hammer's been treated. Other than that, no other changes. Collier's going to midfield, is he?
Water break over, teams back out onto the pitch. Right, bit of a worry about Ryan Mullaney there. They were a bit of work on his hammers there and rubbed it out. But Feaker Fennell's back in, James Ryan back off again. Feaker doing very, very well in the middle of the field. The puck out comes from Wexford to the far side of the field. Great catch from Mullaney. Nothing wrong with his hands or his hamstrings as he gives the ball outside to Jack Kelly. Jack drills it on down the lane off the hurler Roddy King, but just broken down, couldn't control it. Back inside to the corner back Damien Reck. Reck pops it off outside to the centre half back Simon Donoghue back forward again to his midfielder Diarmuid O'Keefe, who's way back defending on his own 45. Long ball way down along the far side, running onto his Harry Keogh. Harry Keogh Keogh and Lee Clear trying to hold him out on the sideline. He pops it forward again, but pops it over the sideline. Great pressure from Lee Clear, and the sideline ball will be to Laois on that far side of the field. We now have 17 minutes and 14 seconds gone in this opening half, and water breaks of course still in force in the game, and sideline cut on that far side of the field taken by Lee Clear, cuts it low on the ground. Jack Kelly does well, knocks the ball away, still fighting for it on the ground. Ryan Maloney is there, tries to put the body in, but it's picked up over the far side by Mikey Dwyer. Going forward, he's fouled in the free and will be to Wexford, and a chance for them to extend their lead is about 35 metres out on the far side of the field. And really, as well as Laois is playing, and at this stage they want to be 4 or 5 points up, considering the strength of that breeze.
Correct, exactly. And now we're looking at we're looking at 3-2 going 4-2. So as you say, we're hurling fierce well, but we're not. The scoreboard isn't ticking over. That's going to be disappointing, because I'm looking out there and most of these lads are doing well. They're getting parity, are winning their duel. But the scoreboard is going to be a problem for us, Jack.
Harry Keogh then with the free and puts it. Well, a let off for Laois as Harry Keogh with a free from about 35 metres out from the far side of the field, drives the ball to the right and wide. And just saying here that Laois hurling very, very well, but not getting the scores. They've racked up 5 wides, so Wexford won. They trail by a single point, but with the strength of this breeze here at Wexford Park, at the end of the water break, you'd want to be 4 or 5 points up, and certainly come at a half time at least at 6 or 7 points up. And at the moment, that doesn't look like happening. Scores not coming freely up front. Lads like Roddy King got the opening score, but other lads just not in the game as yet. Kieran Collier, Chad Dwyer, Aaron Dunphy, Kieran Comfort, Peter need to get onto the ball. Ball is Baxter playing very, very well. Ball broken down by Sean Downey, breaks it outside, taken on the run by Kieran Collier. Collier this time elects to drive it way down, but he drove it right down the far side of the field, and the full back watches it go out over the sideline. And Wexford playing with a sweeper back there, and Laois just need to pick out their players. Inside with the goalkeeper, Seamus Casey again. Casey out to the side of the field where plenty of room on that side. There's the corner back, Damien Reck drills the ball forward, but it's picked up and taken. Brilliant play there by Aaron Dunphy. Dunphy goes for the score, but again off the hurl, and there must be a magnet out there to the left hand side, because you think all of Laois's 6 wides have gone out there.
They have indeed, and just prior to that, Enda went long with a puck out on top of a sweeper that didn't work. We're looking at a half forward line of Paddy Purcell, Kieran Comfort and Kieran Collier, who are coming short for the ball, but if it's landing on top of them like that with a sweeper there, we're not going to win it. So we have to be clever with the ball and stick to what has been working so far.
Ball to the side of the field. Maloney just beaten with the ball by the player in front of him, Jack Connor. Gives the ball back outside, picked up there by Conal Flood, but cut off in the middle, and brilliantly so by Donncha Hartnett. Oh, better man. Ball popped off again. Back taken on the run, this time by the centre half back, Podge Delaney. Great play by Maloney, who gave it off to him. Still Podge Delaney going forward, runs into trouble, just took the ball too far, and the referee gives the free out against him.
No, that's shocking decision.
He had the ball on the hurl.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong, Podge, and there was no free there. Just I'd say he's looking at it now, realising that he's made a mistake, but that's a shocking decision. Now, Podge should have actually put the ball over the bar, but that doesn't change the fact that it wasn't a free.
Holy moly. Anyway, with the ball in the centre of the field, our Wexford tipped back outside to Jack O'Connor. O'Connor slips it out quickly out into the wing, out there to Conor Hearn. Hearn goes for the score, and if it's a score, it is a great score from midfielder Conor Hearn, and pops it over the bar. It's a 2-point lead for Wexford.
Yeah, they're more efficient with the ball they are getting, and as well, I was just giving out about a long puck out. We went short there and went out of the sideline, so we need to tighten up again. A few little errors creeping in there, Jack.
21 minutes gone now in this opening half, and Wexford lead by double scores, but low scores, 4 points to 2. But Laois playing with the aid of the strong breeze and just not able to get the scoring movements going up front. Sideline cut to be taken by Jack O'Connor. He cuts it low on the ground. Running onto it and running well was Conal Flood. Flood out over the sideline, knocked out by Elise Hurley, and the sideline ball will be to Wexford again. This time it's about 30 metres out, and down there to take it and looking for at his options inside. Conor McDonald standing outside him. What will he do with it? Will he go along? He absolutely leaves it, runs away from it, tipped back the other way by Jack O'Connor. Ball led off, and an opportunity here now for Wexford, and it's with Mikey Dwyer playing very, very well. Hand passes the ball out into an open space, can't be kept in play. It is by Harry Keogh. Keogh looks at the post, goes for the score. He doesn't, screws across way off to the far side of the field. Over there is Kieran Collier, but the ball bounces up way up into the steps on the far side of the field, and Work to be done by this Laois team. Need to get a couple of scores. Got the opening score, a great score from Roddy King. Next one was Harry Keogh. Next one was PJ Scully free. But they've hit 7 wides in total since that, as against only 1 for Wexford. And just need to get the shooting. But poor sideline cut this time, and it's taken by Wexford and taken on the run. Opportunity is there. Goal! Lovely finish. Lovely goal, just tipped into the back of the net. A poor sideline cut, and to finish it inside was David Dunn, and that was very disappointing.
Yeah, because we were just saying before that we've been hurling well, but now a few mistakes have been creeping in. And that was our line ball coming out, and we should have been able to manage it better. That was a clearance, and that's gone astray. So a couple of errors creeping in now, and Wexford are growing in confidence. They're looking after the ball fierce well. They're beginning to find each other a lot easier now, and they'll keep the scoreboard ticking over, you can find.
Well, that goal was a disaster. Sideline cut for Laois. It was poorly taken, picked up by Wexford, tipped back inside, and when came across the square, a lovely little tip coming off his line inside was rolling, but there was David Dunn, the corner forward, to tip at the back of the net, and one back by Wexford again this time, and going forward with the ball is Gavin Bailey, and Bailey goes for the score, but Bailey hits the ball to the right and wide, and that's only their second wide of the game. Quick buck out this time, out to this side of the field to Lee Clear. Clear comes to the 45, drills it on down along the side. Better work to be done there by PJ Scully. That was a perfect ball to him, and just wasn't able to pick it up. And out to this side of the field, work being done by strong work by Paddy Purcell, but again he's beaten for the ball. Then a crunching tackle comes in, and then this side of the field, a late tackle coming in from Ryan Mullaney, and the referee looking at him, and he could pick up a yellow card for himself there. Ball was gone, there was no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, what's happening now is as these games get into it, the players are getting up to speed, or they're not. So I find the Wexford boys, their touch is getting better, and ours is getting actually a little bit sloppier. So that's what's happening in the game just in the last 5 to 6 minutes, definitely, Jack. They're getting tidier.
Ball is taken by Jack O'Connor free, dropping in around the square. Up goes Roland, bats the ball outside, shot, goal again, and the ball dropped, and a rare mistake by Roland. Just didn't bat it out far enough, and when it fell in the square, there was that man David Dunn to get his second goal in a couple of minutes, and that's a disaster, Enda.
Yeah, it is, and is McDonald's presence in there meant that we weren't confident enough to catch it. We batted it poorly, and again, a small mistake, but punished severely. Here comes Podge again now. Need to score.
Ball onto the far side of the field, taken by Cha. Cha looking for his score. He could run for his confidence, but he's not going to get it either. He drives it to the left and wide again, and they're all going out to the left and wide. So a bright start from Laois, but they almost looked a little bit tired at the minute, and that shouldn't be happening after 24 minutes.
No, it shouldn't, but when things go right, you get energy. When things start going wrong, the legs get heavier. And that was a great ball again, right option, throw it out to Cha, but Cha missed it, and we're I don't know, many wides away now, Jack. Are we on 8 or 9? 8 wides, way too much, way too much with that wind. 8 wides, and with the wind, Laois trailed by 8 points, 2 goals and 4 to 2 points. Sideline cut to this side of the field, cut brilliantly by Jack O'Connor, way across to the far side. Going up is Donica Hartnett, trying to break the ball down. On his feet on the ground is Downey, picked up by Lee Clear, cleared it brilliantly. Hand passed the ball outside, and taken on the run then by Charlie Dwyer, way back there. And Cha hits one out in front of Kieran Collier. Collier did well, just sidestep and let it go past him, and then runs onto it again. But just couldn't control the ball. Opportunity was there. Wexford pick it up. Ball tipped back outside. Conal Flood with the ball over the side of the field again, and turning, twisting with the ball back inside, tipped up by Conor Hearn. Conor Hearn, lovely ball across to the far side of the field, broken down but couldn't control it, out over the sideline ball on the far side of the field will be to Laois. And has Cha been switched back into defence, or why is he back there? I think he's just gone back to get the weight of the ball and try to get on the ball, which I've no issue with. But when he's hitting it to a man where he should be, and they've Kevin Foley as a sweeper, we can't be hitting aimless balls. Here comes Roddy. You need to score, Roddy.
Great sideline cut by Cha down along side. Roddy takes the ball, cutting into the left, still with the ball, drops it, picks it up again, down the ground he goes, surely fouled. He is fouled, 20 metres out in front of the post. Good play by Roddy. He was being tackled left and right by Wexford players. Great sideline cut by Cha when he was back there. Yeah,
exactly, but we need him further up the field. Now, in fairness to Roddy, the early balls were going in, he was getting them. He hasn't seen the ball in a while because their sweeper Foley is doing a good job. But Roddy, when he got the ball, is dangerous. Cha now seems to be sitting in the middle of the park.
Yeah, he's out there, he's going around to all the players, he's trying to rise them, get him into the game, and that's what he can do. He is a leader.
No, he is a leader, and he started very well, but the ball going in, it has to be when we had the ball, we have to be able to pinpoint and find Cha, Roddy and PJ. They've got to nail it as well, but Cha is out the middle of the field now. Don't know about that. Maybe there's a lot of ball out there, so that's maybe the reason. Question here, Jack, does PJ go for a goal?
PJ standing back from this one. No, he's standing right over the ball. He's going to tip the ball over the bar, I would say. We have 27 minutes gone in the opening half, and PJ pops it over. And maybe an old goal opportunity was there, but he was happy to pop the ball over the bar. And 20 metres out, Roddy King had been fouled. And Laois's third score of the game, down to a 7-point game. Those 2 goals coming in quick succession inside of 2 minutes for Wexford by the same player, David Dunn.
So Collier's gone inside, and Kieran Collier's gone in the full forward line with PJ and Roddy, and that brings Chow to the half forward line. That's where he is now.
Chasing after the ball is Jack Kelly, gets the hurl in. There is Chad to pick the ball up. Now he's getting on more ball than he did in the forwards. Going forward with the ball. The referee says he overcarried the ball. A little bit harsh, I would have thought, and Chad doesn't think so either. You know, in the pressure of battle.
Yeah, he was actually unlucky. We can argue the toss, but the reason he came out was to get on ball. He did do that, and he'd have the confidence to carry the ball and get other players involved. So that's what Chow was trying to do. I think he's just said 2 minutes, Jack.
Standing over the ball in is Harry Keogh. We have 28 minutes gone in this opening half, and standing over it, Harry Keogh, looking at the target inside. Has hit a few already, and is it deadly accurate this time, or is he just off the post inside and out to the right and wide? So another little let off for Laois, but they need more than that. Now calling for the ball on this side of the field over here. Poor puck out rolling on the far side, and straight to a Wexford man, then inside to Conor MacDonald. MacDonald goes flying away, looks at the target inside, but he's blocked down, in strong into the ball, and doing brilliantly back there was Downey. Downey knocks the ball away, back into Roland, back to this side of the field, picked over here by Aaron Dunphy. Dunphy throws a dummy, takes it back inside into the middle, comes off Jack Kelly, just came off his helmet and didn't know where the ball was then. Strong challenge coming in from Chad Dwyer, out onto the wing. Look, Wexford win the ball back, hit back inside into the middle by Jack O'Connor, tipped up by Fiacre Fennell. Fiacre gives it to Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly straight down along, but straight to one of the Wexford men who have an extra man back inside. And the substitute who's come in, Shane Reck, gives it out into the far side of the field. Mikey Dwyer taking him on and tackling him strongly in the far side is Fiacre Fennell, doing brilliantly, and the referee gives the free. Brilliant play by Fiacre Fennell.
Yeah, you have to be fair about it. Some players are playing a little bit loose. That was Sean Downey, outstanding winning the ball in the first place. A little bit loose from Jack. Full forward line were beaten to it. The ball comes up, but the old reliable Fiacre Fennell, outstanding turnover. But we need more than Fiacre Fennell hurling well.
Yeah, we have 30 minutes gone in the opening half. Wexford lead by 2 goals and 43 points. The 2 goals coming in inside 2 minutes from the same player, David Dunn. The first after a poor sideline cut came in, and there's Laois's 10th wide of the opening half. Came across the square, he tipped it into the back of the net, and 2 minutes later, high ball dropped in. Roland came out to it, a rare mistake for him. He batted the ball down, but he didn't bat it out far enough. He batted it down in the square, and there was David Dunn to crack the ball home to the back of the net. PJ Scully got the last score from Laois. Up goes Kieran Collier, dropped it out of his fingertips, uncontested, taken in by Dermot O'Keefe. Keefe inside then to Gavin Bailey. Bailey goes for the score, and Gavin Bailey pops it over, and Wexford beginning to exert themselves.
Yeah, they are, and we're making small mistakes, and against good sides they'll punish us. So that's what's happening.
James Ryan coming on for Aaron Dunphy, I think it is.
Yeah, I always struggle with 1 minute to go to the break to make a change for a player, but listen, we have to make those decisions. Aaron is actually a scoring forward, and we're playing him in around the middle of the field. I don't think he's been comfortable out there.
On the scoreboard, 2 goals and 5 points to 3 points, then 8 points between the sides. Laois on the attack, lovely ball forward to Kieran Collier. Kieran just didn't go for that one, and Wexford come in and smother it and grab the ball up, but it falls back inside again. In for Roddy King on the 21-yard line, trying to make his way across, gives it back outside. It was a poor pass to Paddy Purcell, but Paddy picks it up, turns around, tries to pop it out to someone, has the ball still, going forward, outside onto the wing, picked up over there by Podge Delaney. Podge goes for a score, but Podge goes 30 yards to the left and wide, and that's where they're all going.
Yeah, they are good defending from Wexford. They didn't foul us. They didn't dive in. They're a very, very disciplined side. Forced us to recycle and forced us into an error. So very good defending, and a lot of frustration will be seeping into our boys now at this stage.
11 wides, all to the same side.
Yeah, and some of them are good pressure, but some of them are a bit wayward. Here we go again now. We need to score here, Kieran.
The ball falls outside, and Kieran Collier couldn't win it. The fella, his feet, he's on the ground now. The referee will blow the whistle. He'll throw the ball in, and Kieran looks at that a little bit rusty for inter-county hurling, but he'll work his way. He's a great talent, and hurler of the year back 3 years ago in Laois, and a brilliant year he had then. But just to get back into the pace of inter-county hurling, and he puts in a great tackle this time, and but the ball still with Wexford. Put it forward on the far side of here. Downey's across to it. Sean Downey over there, tackling with the corner forward. David Dunn, the man who has scored the 2 goals, come back to Podge Delaney, out over the sideline ball will be to Laois. Now what are we, 32.5 minutes gone, 2.5 minutes then of normal time left in the opening half, whatever the referee adds on top of that for breaks as well, and of course we'll have the water break added on, so we're about 6 minutes I suppose left in all in the opening half. Sideline cut will be taken by Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly hits one down, running into a great tackle coming from Kieran Collier again, this time on the full back, and he's dispossessed. Paddy Purcell, if you get the ball and we've gone, back there is Cha. Cha wins possession. Cha goes for the score from 50 metres out, hits it in, did it go over the bar? There was a late tackle, and he's going to call across, he's at the full back at this time, and for the tackle, the late tackle, and what Cha's making a indication to the sideline. But there was no need for that.
No, there wasn't. But it started actually with an outstanding tackle by Kieran Collier. The ball isn't hopping for Kieran, but he's not. In fairness to him, he hasn't let it upset him. And all the fella can do is keep trying. Now Collier hit him as good a shoulder as he'll ever receive, and then Cha turned it over. Now my problem here is that the advantage rule should have actually applied, because Cha put the ball over the bar. And now we're going back for a free. Now I'm sure PJ is happy out and he'll have no issue with this, but listen, that's another day. That's for another day, this advantage rule and how it's actually working. But well done, Kieran Collier.
34 minutes gone then in this opening half. Laois, PJ Scully knocks the ball over the bar after Cha had put it over. Advantage was given then, and had to take it again, but a 7 between size, 2 goals and 5 to 4 points. Puck out coming again from Seamus Casey inside. Pucks it straight down along the middle onto the far side and went to his target and won it well. Cha coming in with a tackle again. Cha wins the ball, going forward, pops away from out to this side of the field, but he runs after it and takes the ball away. Coming more and more into the game is Cha, going forward with it, goes to ground. Referee says get up, no free given. Wexford up the ball up, hit it outside, and Ryan is after it, not going to get there quick enough. Paddy Purcell was there chasing after the ball and trying to win it was PJ Scully, back inside in the middle, picked up brilliantly by Ryan Malani. Malani goes for the score, but it'll drop short inside, trying to win the ball. In there was a Kieran Comfort, shot inside, brilliant save. Roddy with a shot, had goal written all over it, but Seamus Casey was equal to it. That would have been a great boost just before half time. That goal chance, super save. Roddy was in. 2 minutes of additional time, it says. Jack Kelly wins a great ball, pops the ball outside. Laois hurling better now. Coming away with it, flying on down along the field is Sean Downey, still with the ball, drops it, goes back to try and knock it away, make a nuisance of himself, and he did just about that. In there is Paddy Purcell trying to route the ball outside, but it's a Wexford man who will come away with it, trying to burst his way forward, hand passes the ball over an open space, back covering his Cha. Cha wins the ball, turns onto his left, turns onto his right, hits a high one into the clouds. Down there, neck pin pulled off, PJ Scully inside, gets the hurl in, knocks the ball away slightly. In there's Paddy Purcell again, tipped up along the sideline. Brilliant control from Jack O'Connor, and knocks the ball down into Dermot O'Keefe, and O'Keefe with the ball to the far side of the field. That's good play by Wexford, and the ball is with Conal Flood. Flood going to go for the score. Was he happy with that? No, the ball is to the right and wide. Great passage of play.
Yeah, it was outstanding play actually by Jack O'Connor, who tracked Cha back and 40 metres of a run and not foul Cha, because Cha was actually trying to work the free. But here come Wexford again.
Brilliant save. Now ball across to the side of the field, picked up over here by Harry Keogh. Harry Keogh on the 20 metre line, going for glory. Is he going to top it in and tips the ball and tips it over the ball? Harry Keogh with a great point from play, and that puts 8 between the sides again. 2 goals and 6 to 4 points. And just a few minutes ago we had a great goal chance there, and Roddy King was in. What a brilliant save from Seamus Casey.
I think it fell to the right man. I was just hoping it would fall to Roddy, and it did, but you have to hand it to the keeper. Great save. A feature of this game has been how well the Wexford forwards are tackling, and that's keeping the ball up here. So we'll have to do the same. I don't know if we have it in the second half, but the first half has been dominated probably by the work rate of the Wexford forwards. There's 2-on-1, but they're still winning it.
Ball broken out inside, could be dangerous to pick it up back there in Hodge Delaney. He's playing very well centre half back, hits it across to the far side, controlled in the air over there by James Ryan. Ryan hits one down along the far side for Roddy King. Roddy just doing well when he gets on the ball. He has lost the hurl, but he's still putting the body in, pulling, dragging, trying to get the ball back. Ball referee blows the half-time whistle. So here at Wexford Park, certainly it's an uphill battle for Laois in the second half, having a bit of a gale. They find themselves 8 points down at half-time. It's Wexford 2-6, Laois 4 points. Huh?
The wides count as what?
10-4.
10-4.
10-4, yeah.
We're winning.
Huh? Yeah, the what? How have you the wides, Alan?
10 to Leeds, 6 to Wexford.
Okay. Right, boys, look for changes there.
Laois coming back out onto the field. Wexford being out about 5 minutes or more. Cheddar must be having strong words in the dressing room. Will they work in the second half? James Ryan is in. No further change in the Laois team. Forwards are the same. Chaz at centre half forward. Referee going to throw in the ball. The referee today is Thomas Walton. Oliver throws it in. Second half is underway. Now can Laois get into this game? Against the breeze. And the second half with the breeze in the opening half could only score 4 points. It's against 2-6. And forward with the ball, lead clear onto the far side of the field. Jack Kelly, Jack picks it up, hits it down for the lead. That wasn't a great idea down along, but Lee did very, very well. Picks it up again, throws a few dummies, hand pass the ball to Jack Kelly again. Poor pass, or a suicide pass, should I say. And but Laois are still working hard for the ball. Paddy Purcell is in there, breaks away. Purcell with the ball, going forward, gets the tip of the hurl, goes to ground. Hurl went away from him. Was that a foul? Not too sure. Anyway, away they come. Wexford back on the attack. Kieran Collier trying to get a hurl in from behind. The ball is hit in and Roland is out to it. Roland gathers the ball, hits it out to an unmarked James Ryan on the far side of the field. And Ryan now goes for a long one, dropping it inside and grabbing it this time is Kieran Comfort. Didn't get on the ball in the opening half. He's on the ball now, but he's blocked down, out over the end line, out for a 65. Good to see him getting into the ball.
Yeah, it is for Kieran. He's had a hard first half. It's not easy up there. Wexford playing a sweeper. Now there's a very, very strong wind, as we know, but Wexford continue to keep the shape. Even though they're playing downwind, they will still keep their sweeper, and Kevin Foley is still sweeping for them, and they're playing their inside forwards very tight. So same shape, even though they've a hurricane or very strong wind with them.
PJ Scully now against the breeze, 65 metre free. And Kieran Comfort, the man who was blocked as he was going for a score. PJ strikes it, how does he strike it? Strikes it very, very well against the breeze, PJ Scully. 1.5 minutes gone in this second half. And Laois strike first against the breeze, 5 points down to a 7-point game. PJ Scully, Kieran Comfort, a player who was blocked down for the 65. Wexford in possession from the puck out, back outside in Dermot O'Keefe. O'Keefe goes for the score, hops it in, it'll drop short, inside to Roland. Roland turning, twisting with it, then gives it back outside to the far side of the field. Sean Downey, 30 metres out. Sean elects to take on his man, comes away with the ball, has the confidence to do so, but he's under pressure now. Hand passed a good ball outside to James Ryan, out on the wing with James. James, little hand pass forward again to Fiacre Fennell. Fennell takes the ball, having a fine game, gives the ball back inside then to Ryan Maloney. The ball just fell away, and opportunity lost for Laois as they were putting a couple of good moves together, and a Wexford man picked out then in attack. Strong tackle coming in from James Ryan, pushes his man from behind, tries to get the ball up, back there to try and pick it up. It's Podge Delaney and does well, wins the ball, gives it to Fiacre Fennell again, as always available. Lovely pass outside and taken on the run by James Ryan. He's a man outside him, gives it outside to Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly goes for a score, and Laois have got this one, or have they? No, Jack Kelly just to the right and wide.
We're playing into the wind, so it forces you to carry the ball and run with the ball, which actually suits a lot of our players out there. So it started well, but we could have the same disease again of not scoring. Like, there's great chances there, and we haven't nailed them. Here they come.
And with the ball inside is Mikey Dwyer. Dwyer, who gives the ball, he scored 2 goals in the opening half, lays the ball back outside, and lovely pass, and the ball tipped in and tipped over the bar, this time by the midfielder Dermot O'Keefe. Dermot O'Keefe popping it over. We've 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. 2 goals and 7 points to 5. 8 between the sides again. The ball brilliantly won by Comfort this time. Lays the ball off to Fiacre Fennell. Fiacre Fennell blocked down. Ball comes back out. He'll win it again. He had Cha inside him. He likes to go to the wing to Roddy, but the hurricane flying through. There was no point in putting the hand in there. Ball breaks out again. Cha's in there to try and win the ball and does brilliantly. Wins the ball. Turns around, looks at the post inside. Cha Dwyer. It's a great puck, but no, it just tailed out to the right. And to the right and wide, and that's what, 12 wide for Laois in the game.
Yeah, it looks like it looks familiar to how we started the game in the first one. We're hurling very well, but again, a tame wide, Jack, and tackling, running, doing everything right, bar the last piece of the jigsaw.
Puck out will come inside from goalkeeper Seamus Casey. Brought up a great save in the opening half from Roddy King. Pucks it to the stand side of the field. Running onto it there and trying to win the ball was Sean Downey. Picked up instead by Pod Delaney, and then he comes flying on down along the middle. He's playing better in the 40 minutes of the second half than in the entire first. But against the breeze, Wexford didn't get going yet. Still Pod Delaney with the ball. Has a man outside him, Kieran Kyler. Pops it outside to Kieran. Kieran tried to burst his way forward. Hand passed on the ground to Paddy Purcell. Paddy turns around, strikes the ball and strikes it in and strikes it over the bar. Good work from Laois.
Yeah, exactly. The wind forces you to play a particular way. We're doing it very well. Good carrying. Well done, Kieran. Well done, Paddy Purcell. Getting on the ball and striking the ball over the bar. So we're looking after it a bit better now. So hopefully this will continue.
5 minutes gone now in the second half. Wexford in possession again. And it's that man Jack O'Connor. Ball out down into the wing. Picked up and taken on the run by Gavin Bailey. Got a score in the opening half. Got another now and just makes it look so easy. There's a Gavin Bailey and a Wexford.
Yeah, that's the key thing. It's, as you said, it's getting the score a lot easier. We're going to have to do an awful lot of work to get a score because it could take 5 or 6 or 7 passes. 2 good passes, good strike, good score, Wexford.
Puck out will come inside again from Enda Lyons. Antrim have beaten Clare. 121 to 22 points. Some result for Antrim. Ball across the side of the field. That tells you the standard in this group now. Ball is across and taken by Kieran Kyler. Kieran Kyler edge of the square. Shot from Kieran Kyler. Brilliant save inside. Breaks out. There's nobody there. Picked up by the wing half back Gavin Bailey. Stopped on the ground. In there is Chad. The referee's going to blow the whistle. Yes, a bit of a pile up in the square. In there was Chad Dwyer. The great shot from Kieran Kyler inside. Saved by the goalkeeper. Brought back outside. 2 goals in 8 to 6 points. Laois got the opening score of the second half, and PJ Scully 65 after Kieran Comfort was blocked. Then Dermot O'Keefe got one back for Wexford. Paddy Purcell with a great point after some great play by Pod Delaney, and then Gavin Bailey. So still the 8 points there was at half time. 2 goals and 8 to 6 points. And we have to make one correction in the opening half. Wexford lined out with 2 players wearing the wrong jerseys. We weren't told about it, and we said David Dunn scored 2 goals. It was in fact Mikey Dwyer. Now we changed the scores at half time and then changed the numbers on the jerseys. But what did the 2 players do? Came back out in the second half wearing the correct jerseys. But it was Mikey Dwyer who scored 2 goals in the opening half, not David Dunn. But that's the difference. 2 8 to 6 points, and 2 goals at least shouldn't have given away. And now they trail by 8. They should maybe trail by 2. But in possession now with Jack O'Connor. O'Connor causing all sorts of mayhem at centre half forward. Strikes this one, strikes it out to the right and to the right and wide. Laois have shot 12 wides. More competitive in the second half, Anna.
Yeah, it's the basis of that will be how hard our forwards are going to work. And in the first the start of the second half, they definitely have Kieran Comfort that started well. Kieran Collier's tackled well. Chaz doing very well. So and we look good in here. So they have to keep fighting it. Our forwards have to keep tackling the whole time, and that'll set the base for what's going to happen in the second half.
Just as a result, we heard on through our headphones, Antrim beating Clare above in Antrim. That turns the whole thing upside down.
Well, it does, but if you look at Antrim, they're a massive, big, powerful team, Antrim are, and if they get their hurling right, they'll be a force. The thing about Clare is, of all the top teams, they're actually quite small. So if Antrim went out to bully them, perhaps that could work.
It certainly focuses the mind for Laois for both the league and the championship. Because of people talking about, playing Antrim and maybe in both and being crucial games. They certainly will be now. The ball is won back there by Lee Clear. He comes flying away with it. Hits it up along the wing. Sent up there for Kieran Comfort. Beaten and well beaten by the number 17 Shane Reck, who came on before half time. He hits the lovely ball down along the wing. Down to Dermot O'Keefe. Dermot O'Keefe goes for the score, but that magnet I spoke about in the opening half is still there because it's the third one has dragged across there for Wexford in the second half. Laois have hit 12 wides in all, and that's a huge total in any game. A lot of them were bad wides, and all of them were on the one side in the opening half. Puck out, it comes from Laois captain Roland down along, but when it broke, picked up there by centre half back Simon Donoghue for Wexford. He strikes it down along the wing again. 2 again, 1 here. Ball comes off the hurl inside of Sean Downey, but a chance here now for Wexford. The man coming in is the number 13 again, looking for the shot. Brilliant save this time off the legs, I think, maybe of Roland, but he stopped what would look to be a certain third goal.
Yeah, well done, and a good keeping. We know he's a top keeper and a great save. That ball coming, it has to stick in here. players, the forwards, though, that came out very cheap, and some of our forwards just have to put the body on the line. If otherwise it feels like a ball alley for the defenders. They're playing it against the ball and it's coming back as quick as it's gone out. So that's a critical part for our forwards in the second half. The ball has to stick here in the half-forward line.
We don't want to be critical, but you're looking at a game, and it has to be said, a number of the forwards really haven't got into the game at all. And we saw Aaron Dunphy taken off. There could have been a few more went before him.
Yeah, I suppose he had a choice, because it all. I think they were trying hard, Jack. It's just it wasn't sticking, and the touch seems a little bit off. So he has to make changes too. So you can't keep looking at it. Intercounty is a tough place to learn your trade, but changes had to be made.
Jack O'Connor pops that 65 over the bar and brings the total of 2 goals and 9 to 6 points, and that's 9 points. And coming on, another player coming on for Wexford, Rory O'Connor is coming on, and see who's coming off is Jack O'Connor, and 24 is coming on is Lee Chin, bringing in the big guns now. And see who Lee is coming out for. Not sure. Harry Keogh. Harry Keogh is coming off, so it's Harry Keogh off and Jack O'Connor off, 2.5 hour line, and Lee Chin is coming in and Rory O'Connor. Now, puck out will come again inside from Enda Rowland. Hasn't gone long as yet, keeping them low and trying to place them. Sends it to Collier on the far side of the field, and Collier broke the ball down. Brings it to Fiacre Fennell, popped outside to James Ryan. Ryan, left-handed strike, over to the far side of the field, over towards Roddy. Roddy out in front of his man now, and wins the ball and does well. Turns around, looks at the post inside Roddy King. Laois could do with a score, and Roddy King puts it straight between the posts. Good score, Roddy.
Yeah, we've scored 3 points in the start of the second half into a very strong wind. We could only score 4 with it, but they have come out and hurled well now. So hopefully they'll keep this pace up and keep it going, Jack.
Still as it was at half time, 8 points between the sides, 2 goals and 9 to 7 points. Ball brilliantly won by Paddy Purcell, hit it up along the wing, but there was nobody there. Can it be kept in play? It is brilliantly by Roddy King. Well, pops it off to Purcell. Purcell takes it on the run and still going forward. Paddy Purcell, has he made a bit of room for himself? Hops it out to the outside, taken by Chad Dwyer. Cha stopped on his tracks, turns around, strikes the ball, and from 14 metres out, front of the post, drives it wide. Oh God.
Awful pity, because that's the first time we see Paddy Purcell impose himself. Roddy, obviously club teammate, knew where he was going to be. Lovely pass back, recycled it to Cha. We need to nail. I think we're on about 12 wides, Jack. It's killing us really, but they're hurling an awful lot better now in the start of the second half, thankfully.
13 wides for Laois in this game. Kieran Collier fighting for the ball at the far side of the field. It's 12 minutes gone almost now. 11:44 on the beside the scoreboard down to our left. It says Lochorman 2 goals and 6, Laois 7 points, 8 between the sides. Laois contained them well now for this opening 12 minutes of the second half against the breeze, but Wexford win the ball and come flying away. Roddy King is in pursuit, lovely pass outside onto the wing, picked up over there by Lee Chin. Chin hits a high one inside. Work to be done in here now. Who's the man over here? Lee Clear hits Donica Hartnett, hits the ball on the ground to James Ryan. Ryan, he comes away with it, pops one outside and taken on the run again. Brilliant play. Fiacre Fennell, he's absolutely, I would say he's Laois' man of the match. There's no doubt about that. Hand passing the ball outside, picked up by Podge Delaney. Delaney looks at the post and from 60 metres out hits a high one inside that will go out to the right and wide, and Laois' total is now 14 wides. But better hurling.
Yeah, a lot better hurling. Well done again, Fiacre. But that ball started inside our own 21. A lot of people would traditionally have just blasted it out, but we're carrying the ball. We're doing the right thing. Unfortunately, the wind is really strong in play, Jack. And unfortunately, that one tailed out to the right and wide. But we are hurling an awful lot better.
Bit more controlled, more contained. 13 minutes gone in the second half. It's Wexford 2 goals and 9. Laois 7 points, 8 between the sides. Roddy King had a goal chance in the opening half. Collier was in for one there in the second half. One of those converted would put a different complexion on the scoreboard. Can they make an opportunity for themselves as yet? Ball out over the sideline, far side of the field again. Good tackling by Laois over there and forcing the ball out, and the sideline ball. Kieran Collier is over there, 40 metres out from his own end line, thinking about pulling, leaves it instead. Jack Kelly is over there, and that sideline cut is not Jack. Back there, it's the wing half. Yeah. Here's Jack, back on the, and on the wing, going to take the sideline cut, 40 metres out. Looks at his options. See who's in front of him. Fiacre Fennell is right in the middle. Goes backwards with the ball instead. Back there to Downey. Sean Downey. He dropped the ball. Picks it up again. Again, he has Jack outside him, but he elects to go flying away with it and has the confidence to do so. Now can he get rid of it? Lovely hand pass forward. Inside to Kieran Collier. Collier wins the ball. Should have popped it out. Man flying outside him, but didn't do so. It was Jack Kelly. And instead Wexford win it back, and it's Conal Flood. And Conal Flood tackled, and the ball goes off his hurl out over the sideline. Ball back with Laois. Couple of long auctions been taken. This time it's hit by Kelly. Back to the corner back. Lee Clear back inside into the middle. Picked up by Podzolani. A fellow who's really growing in stature is Podzolani, the man from the Harps. And but a ball up along the sideline. There was a late tackle. Attention being called. Sub coming on. Number 20, Liam McGovern coming in for Conor MacDonald. Wasn't in the game that much, threatened early on.
Yeah, he wasn't, but they definitely haven't lightened the load. Rory O'Connor, Lee Chin and Liam McGovern coming in. So that's three serious players for Wexford. So that I'd say Davey wants to pile the score on here. He's probably not happy with the way they've started, but that's not our fault. We've actually hurled very well, and it reminds me of the way we hurled against Clare last year, the last game. We're carrying the ball very well again, so hopefully we can continue with that. Great scored over Lee Chin. No.
Massive puck from the sideline by Lee Chin, but it just goes barely out to the left and wide. That's 4 wides for Wexford in the second half. Ball out to the side of the field, picked up by Hartnett. Hartnett drills one down and goes over the head of Kieran Comfort. Comfort got rid of his player and goes after. Now can he make something out of this? Turning, twisting with the ball, hits one inside into the middle. Fiacre Fennell catches a great ball, but it knocked off his hurl as he was going forward, and that's the first time he's been beaten today. And away come Wexford out of defence. Ball is knocked down to Rory O'Connor. O'Connor back inside to the midfielder, Diarmuid O'Keefe. O'Keefe back outside again to Rory O'Connor. O'Connor is flying it, gone to the semicircle, gone to the 20, heading inside, taken out of it, going forward by Lee Clear. And Lee Clear could be in trouble here.
Rule, yeah, I think this ref is going to make the headlines here. I think we're on the new rule, are we? That was good work, in fairness, by Wexford. They carried it through, played their 1-2. Now we're waiting for a decision here, Jack. Lee Clear's pleading his case. We know Lee would only play the ball.
The referees are having strong words. Lee has the 2 hands out, has the hurl out again. Yellow card, he said. He's gone for 10 minutes, is Lee Clear, so things gone from bad to worse for Laois then. And Lee Clear, there was no, yeah. Number two, Lee Clear, and it's a penalty then for the Wexford men. Lee took his man out going forward. It was, I suppose, what else could he do? But that's the new rule, you can't do that.
No. Lee has to be. Lee's a defender, and he's never going to leave his goalie exposed. So Lee Clear's going to do what Lee Clear does. Unfortunately, the new rules mean a harmless enough 21 is now turned into a penalty. So Roland against Lee Chin.
17 minutes gone then in the second half. We will have the water break after this, but what will we have before? Lee Chin come on as a sub, standing over the ball. Inside is Roland. Lee Chin comes up, rises the ball, strikes it. A brilliant save! Absolutely brilliant save by Roland. And Lee Chin took it, drive it straight inside, but Roland was equal to it. Blocked the ball outside, not cleared as yet. Ball back outside again, out to Lee Chin. Chin works it farther away across to the far side of the field. Kept in play over there. Opportunity still there for the Wexford men. Drill back inside. Dropped out and out to the right and wide. Penalty. But what a brilliant save from Roland.
Yeah, I fancied Enda all the time. Brilliant keeper. But if it's at that height, you're not going to beat Roland. You need something special to beat him. And probably, as a keeper, watching his defence do what they did, he probably felt wrong that it's a handy penalty. So, in fairness, great save. And the recycling by Wexford didn't end up in the score either. So we'll be happy enough with the way we've actually done. This is our best quarter, Jack, by a long way.
By a long way. Here at the water break in Wexford Park, it's Wexford 2-9, Laois 7 points. Players back from the water break then out in the field, and to say that Davy Fitzgerald has gone ballistic down among these players, pointed every one of them, and really not happy with that third quarter of the game. So can we expect a response from them now? As it was at half time, 8 points between the sides. Ball struck in by Conor Hearn, but Conor Hearn's shot goes to the right and wide again. Puck out comes outside to Malani. Malani wins it under 45, comes away, but now he's going to be tackled from behind. Pops the ball off outside to Diarmuid Conway, who's on the Laois team in place of Kieran Comfort, but going back as an extra defender. A chop down on James Ryan going forward, and Laois win a free.
Well, the way we're playing and the way we've been carrying the ball, Jack, we're actually better off with an extra defender to carry it through the half hour, to carry it through midfield, and then force a free or take a shot. There's no point having forwards in there if we're not delivering ball. So unfortunately for Kieran Comfort, he's been sacrificed, but I actually don't have a problem with this. So Kieran has been taken off, and we've put in Diarmuid Conway, which means Donncha Hartnett, Donncha Hartnett, Diarmuid Conway, Jack Kelly, these lads can now run with the ball through the centre of the field and create a scoring opportunity, as we did there. So Jim McConnell would love to run through that.
PJ Scully with the free, and from 45 metres out he drives it 20 metres to the right and wide. Just didn't get under the ball, did PJ, and that brings the Laois total to 15 wides in the game. Ball back outside to Liam Ryan, the full back, gives it forward to his centre half back Simon Donoghue. Donoghue goes for a score, and he got a fair telling off from David Fitzgerald from where we were sitting, and he responds with that one.
I say he was waiting for his first chance to say, Davy, look at this, what I can do, because Davy went ballistic with him, and a lot of them in fairness, but here we go again. Donncha Hartnett.
Donncha Hartnett with the ball, slips the ground, surrounded by Wexford players. 2 goals and 10 then to 7 points, 9 between the sides. We have 19 minutes gone now in the game, and Wexford come attacking again, and the ball is with that man Rory O'Connor. Rory O'Connor bursting his way forward, surrounded, ball taken off him, knocked away brilliantly there by Ryan Malani. Ball given then outside to Fiacre Fennell. Fiacre with the ball still going forward. Hurl comes in from around him illegally, so to the referee, gives the free to Laois. Paddy Purcell is back there to take it. Paddy in a hurry to take it. Roddy King, his clubmate, going away out to the right. Now Roland coming out to take it, and Roland coming away out to the 65 metre line. On 21 to 3 points, Antrim beat Clare. Roland with the free from his own 65, dropping it in, and it goes grabbed by the goalkeeper. Nobody challenged him inside. Hits the ball back outside in to Liam McGovern, and away come Wexford, flying with the ball to midfielder Conor Hearn. Hearn strikes it in, but the ball will go out to the left and wide again. Ball on the far side of the field, comes back into the centre, picked up by Podge Delaney. Podge pops the lovely little ball forward to Chad Wire, back to Podge again. Podge takes it on the run, strikes it off the left, deserves a score, but it's not going to happen. And the ball goes out to the right and wide. Another sub coming on. Mikey Dwyer, who scored the 2 goals in the opening half, and that's the whole half forward line and full forward. That's 4 of the 6 attackers for Wexford have now been replaced. In possession of the ball on the far side of the field, Kevin Foley. He's one of only 2 of the listed attackers who are still on the field of play. With the ball on the far side and taken on the run. Brilliant by Jack Kelly. Kelly going forward with the ball, still with it. He's fouled as he's going forward, and free will be to Laois in dead centre of the field. 2-10 to 7 points. PJ Scully coming out to take it again, and really could do with popping all these ones over.
Yeah, we could, because we're actually hurling well again, and as I said, with the sweeper that we were enforcing and carrying through the ball, it actually suits our players, similar to what we did, as I said already, against Clare last year, and we look confident enough now carrying the ball, and it's generating these scores, but we need to nail them, as you said, and there's another one gone tailing to the right, I think. Yeah, poor wides, Jack.
PJ Scully wide again, so that's 3, and 3 is 6. That's 7 wides in the second half. That's 17 wides in the game. And that one was a bad wide. It was like, again, it was 15, 20 yards wide of the post. Puck out will come inside again from Seamus Casey. Graham trying to come across, missed the ball coming forward. Centre half back Simon Donoghue, and Simon Donoghue gets that one, pops it over the bar, and 2 goals and 11. 10 points. And Simon Donoghue, the centre half back, and when we said that going ballistic at half time was manager Davy Fitzgerald, he certainly pointed a finger at the centre half back for a good couple of minutes longer, seconds longer than anybody else, and the centre half back has responded with 2 brilliant points from play, one from deep in his own half, one from mid forward. Coming forward with the ball again now is David O'Keefe. O'Keefe looks at the target, hits it into the hands of Roland. Roland wins the ball. 2 goals and 11 to 7 points. We're on a 10-point game now, and we have 23 minutes gone in the second half. Long ball up along the far side. Cha Dwyer is after it. Cha wins the ball, hits it back inside into the middle. Over there, PJ Scully in front of the post. If he can win the ball, turns around, strikes it, and from 40 metres out, he drives it high and over the bar. Really should have been over the bottom of the net, as I say.
Well, it's good to get the score as well. Enda Roland pinged the ball probably 70 metres, an outstanding ball, and in fairness to Cha put it in front of PJ. So we needed that score, but that's 3 senior players, and you'd expect them to win their ball and score. So in fairness, as I say, an awful lot better in this quarter, Jack. We're hurling decent now.
2-11, but Wexford on the attack and coming forward with the ball at Lee Chin. Can he be stopped? Still going forward, kicks it in and kicks it wide. So got a penalty, missed it, got that one and kicked it wide. Seems to be down. Is him down injured inside, still in the square. Referee wants to get on with the play, but the physio's called from the sideline. But this is much better hurling, a much better performance, much better team performance, better attitude completely by Laois in the second half against the Breeze.
Absolutely, Jack. And Lee Ching goes soloing into your defence. You're going to make contact, aren't you, Jack? So I'm delighted our lad stood up to him. Unfortunately, he's injured, but if you're going to go into a senior inter-county full back line like that, you're going to get your comeuppance. But each line is now hurling better. Full back line's hurling better. They stood up Lee Ching. Half back line's hurling really well. With the midfielders carrying the ball through the midfield and generating frees. So that's the way we're playing at the minute. It's a lot better. We took our time getting into it, but at least we're hurling decent enough now. So they'll be able to take that into the next game, Jack.
Chin back on his feet. We have about 7 minutes gone since Lee Clear went off, so we have 2-11 to 8 points, so we're down to that 14 men for the last 7 or 8 minutes. We have a couple of minutes still to go, and Wexford haven't made any car road through the Laois defence during that time. Ball out to Cha on the far side of the field. He wins it, has the ball, pops it outside, taken on the run by Kelly, gives the lovely ball forward to Roddy. Roddy with the ball now, turns around and strikes it, Laois, and he could do with the score, pops it in, again to the right and wide. Just can't get him, shot after shot after shot. And what did I say? 3, 6, 18 wise.
Well, at least we know we're working on next week in training, Jack, don't we? Shooting's going to have to improve, but it is still a lot of very good things we've been doing, you know. So if it's only shooting, we can work on that. Here's another shot now, Jack.
Lovely ball forward. Jack Kelly goes for this time. High one, dropping in, dropping high, dropping over the ball. Great score from Jack Kelly.
Davy's getting fierce excited now because Laois are actually out hurling Wexford, and we've out hurled. We played better against the wind, Jack, than we did with the wind. We've scored more against the wind, but I think it kind of suits this team to run. We're light, but we can hurl, and we're running at them. So hopefully we can keep it out to the finish now because we're hurling well again. 2
scores in a row from Laois. PJ Scully and Jack Kelly. Ball hit in by the full back. Dropping to the left and wide. So Davy has gone ballistic again on the sideline down here, and not at all happy with his charges. 2-11 to 9 points, 8 between the sides. Take those 2 goals out, of it, nothing between them. Lovely ball. Char's gone after this one. If he's dragged down going forward, and now there has to be a yellow card. Maybe they're coming here. I think there is for the midfielder Dermot O'Keefe. Professional foul again, brought down, and back onto the field of play is Lee Clear. So Laois back onto 15, while at the same time referee talking to the number 8, Dermot O'Keefe. What's the card going to? Yellow card. He's gone for for the rest of the game.
So Lee Clear's back in. We're hurling well. I see James Keys looks like he's going to come on. I think James Keys is an outstanding hurler. These are the type of games that suits James Keys, where we're running with the ball, Jack, and we've hurled very well against this wind. And PJ, another score. We're hurling well now.
PJ Scully, 3 scores in a row then for Laois, and that one from the free after taken down, so it beat Laois total to 10 points, and we have 7 between the sides. 27 minutes gone in this second half. 3 scores in a row for Laois. Wexford down to 14 men. Ball hit back in across the centre, taken in there by Aidan Nolan. Nolan goes flying forward. Great play back there. Brilliant play by Collier. Collier dispossessed him, win the ball, hand passed it back, picked up and taken on the run. That's much better by Laois. Flying away with the ball. The tackle is going to come in from behind on midfielder Faircraft Fennell. He has been outstanding.
Absolutely outstanding. He turned the ball over. Kieran Collier, in fairness, turned it over. Here's James Keys. James Keys is coming on for Paddy Purcell. We're hurling fair as well, but again, it's a lot of it is the Faircraft Fennell going back inside your own 45 and able to run 40 metres at full pace. No defence likes that, and we've turned it into another free. So hopefully PJ can turn it into another score. Hurling well now, Jack.
28 minutes gone. PJ outside the 65, but in front of the posts. Hasn't been too happy on him in the second half, and again he drives it to the right and wide, and that's 19 wides. But PJ just hasn't been on song in the second half, and he has 3 or 4.
19 wides is an all-merciful total, Jack, like if you think of it. So we're now within 6 points of them, hurling against the wind. So a lot of very good things here, Jack, to work on.
Ryan Maloney does well, breaks the ball down, come forward to James Ryan, hook from behind, but won the ball back again and still has the ball going forward. Hits a high one inside, broken down. Work to be done by Roddy King, but he commits the foul to the referee. 7 minutes left or more. 28 and a half minutes gone. Wexford down to 14 men. Diarmuid O'Keefe sent off with a yellow card, but Laois have missed chance after chance. Their wide total is now 19 wides in the game. PJ Scully has hit 3 in a row there from freeze wide. In between he hit 1. Laois got 3 scores in a row, back to a 7-point game. If he took those 2 goals out in the opening half, but if he had half of the chances converted that have gone wide, this would be a different game. But this is a great second half performance from Laois. Can they keep it going for the final 7 or 8 minutes? Real strong tackling being put in there by Dermot Conway, who came on earlier for Kieran Comfort, but they just have to hold it now and try and hold out this for the end and get a few more scores in there.
Yeah, and I like the balance of the team now. They're actually hurling well, and they've a little bit of confidence come back into them again. We went through a lull there, Jack, for a while, but James Keys is on, Jim McConnell's on, Feaker's flying it, Jack Kelly's hurling well. So we've turned it. In fairness, they've turned it out there on the field themselves. So you'd be happy with with the way they're hurling now, Jack.
And Davy's not happy.
And which is a great thing. He's getting awfully excited there, Davy. You poor devil, yeah.
Lee Chin with the free then. Outside, he's just outside his own 65. Rises the ball, strikes it very, very strongly, and strikes it over the bar, and all of the misses, but this one reaches the target, and Lee Chin finally gets one between the posts and brings it back to an 8-point game. 2 goals in 12 into 10 points, and we're in the 30th minute of the game here at Wexford Park. Ball hit back down along the wing. Work to be done by the Laois men here. Trying grabbing the ball is Liam McGovern. McGovern makes a bit of room for him. Goes away with the ball. Going to strike it now off the hurl. Coming across is Downey. Downey did very, very well. Chases after him. Throws the body in. The ball knocked away. In there is Diarmuid Conway. Ball pops rightly for the Wexford man, fell into the hands of Conor Hearn, but there was a chop down in there, and it's a free in for Wexford and a chance now for Lee Chin, dead straight in front of the post, 50 metres out.
Yeah, unlucky with Diarmuid. Downey dived in, Lee Clear dived in. They're all putting the body on the line. They look a lot more solid now at the back. I know that we conceded 2 goals, but the way they're set up now, I wouldn't be worried about Laois at all, and a bit unlucky with that free, to tell you the truth, Jack.
8 points between the sides. This will be 9 now as Lee Chin stands over this one, and telling you what, about 35 metres out now. Rises the ball, strikes it cleanly, strikes it well. Lee Chin gets it over the bar, 2 in a row for him. We've 31 and a half minutes on the scoreboard. Wexford with another score brings him to 2 goals and 13 points. But the big beating that many people are expecting, and maybe some people who were expecting at half time, not materialising. There's only that scores between them and those 2 goals in particular. 9 between the sides here now at Wexford Park. As the sideline cut will be for Laois, and it'll be Jack Kelly who has taken. He has played his heart out as well, and he'll be 18 on. Matthew O'Hanlon is on, and even though he scored the 2 points, he still Davy decided to haul him off, and is there going to be another substitution? Number 23 coming on, Conor Devitt is on as well. Not sure who he's replacing, is it? Davy's not happy still on the sideline. They weren't getting the changes made quick enough. Like a ball boy now with the ball on this side, and coming off is the full back Liam Ryan. Wexford down to 14 men for the last couple of minutes. cut up along the sideline, up there to Roddy King, wait over the ball, hops into his hands, comes around with it, strikes it, blocked down, goes after, wins the ball again, lost it again and taken off him this time. Back with the hurl again, knocked it back brilliantly to Liam Ryan. Lovely ball outside to Jack Kelly. He has scored a point already. Jack onto the hurl, strikes it in, but Jack drives it to the left and wide again, and this time brings the lead to 20 points, 20 wides in the game.
Yeah, it's a pity, an awful pity, because the way we're hurling now and the team that's out there now is doing very well. The other thing as well you have to say, Jack, is that a lot of lads have hurled themselves into the game. I think Kieran Collier was patchy, but finished very, very strongly. Kieran's been replaced now by Butch Stapleton, who was actually hurling fierce well in training, so I'm surprised he wasn't in earlier. But a lot of the boys, they had patchy plays, but they're finishing very strong, Jack, and that's what you want from them. So that training on Tuesday will be energetic and getting ready for the next one. That's what it's about.
Strong tackle from Chad Dwyer as the ball came out short, come out there to the Kevin Foley, and he was putting in that challenge again. Now, what do we left with 33 and a half minutes played? 2 goals and 13 points for Wexford, 10 points for Laois, 9 between the sides. But tremendous performance from Laois in the second half, has to be said. When at half time they were down by 8 points, they're still only down by a little point more, and have hurled very, very well as missing umpteen opportunities and change. Ball's going to drop all the way in. Goalkeeper's point. Massive spuck from the ball from deep in his own half.
Yeah, that shows how strong the wind is, Jack. But here's Jim Conway now. Jim Conway loving this style of play. Beautiful athlete.
Gives the ball away on the far side. James Keys hits the long one inside. Chase after that is PJ Scully. PJ out near the corner flag on that far side. Keeps the ball in play, being held from behind. Extra man comes in, gathers the ball, putting the pressure on inside in for Laois in there is Colm Stapleton. Ball knocked back outside. Colm come on as a sub. Comes to Conal Flood down along the sideline, down there to Lee Chin away with the ball, flying with it, hand pass inside into the middle to Rory O'Connor picks it up, hand pass it again out into the far side of the field, out there to Conor Devitt. Subs are making their mark here now, and Devitt goes for the score, and Devitt gets the ball over the bar, just opening up a little bit of a gap again.
Yeah, they are, and they're showing their fitness and athleticism. They are a big team, and they're able to power through the middle of us. But I'm just watching Podge. Podge is doing a fine job on Lee Ching. He's this is inter-county, and Podge is able to impose himself. Delighted for him, because that's a serious challenge.
Great shot coming in. No, just to the right and wide for Fiacre Fennell. Brings a total of 21 wides in the game. But Fiacre Fennell a long way out, right to have a go. And popped it over the bar a wee little bit more. I think we're line 10, yes, 21 wides in the game. Puck out will come again inside from Seamus Casey. But off 2 good saves. Tonight, at least 2 goal scoring chances. One from Roddy King, the other from the man Kieran Collier from Cameras, and the ball down along the wing, down there to Diarmuid O'Keefe. Goes for the score and pops the ball over the bar, and a gap that shouldn't be there now, opening up at the last couple of minutes. 35 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, but it is, and we've dropped it again. We came into it probably for 10 of the 50 minutes, but the last 3 or 4 minutes we've dropped again, and unfortunately they're picking off some easy scores. So, but at the end of the day, Jack, we've only scored 10 points, and it's not good enough.
Yeah. In possession of the ball, the Wexford men again from the puck out, and it's with Rory O'Connor. O'Connor hits a massive one, dropping in, but dropping to the left and wide to down to our left hand side. Now, do we see how much extra time he played? Just 4 minutes. One of that has been played already. In possession of the ball, Lee Clear, but he's caught in possession, and the ball trying to be taken away. But Donegal Hartnett in to try and help out, but somehow Clear got the ball as he was on the ground, gets up, pushed his way forward, hand passing the ball across. Wexford got diving in, won by Lee Chin, hit in along the ground, and Wexford could go for the juggler if they get the opportunity. Foul committed this time, dead straight in front of the post, 35 metres out, free in for Wexford. And having been only 7 and 8 points in right throughout the game, half time the water breaks, and now it's gone to 12, and this one looked like 13. Lee Chin standing over the ball again, and a chance for him to pop it over the bar. But certainly in the first day out, no practice matches at all for Cheddar and his crew, coming straight in, just a team game, 40 minutes played last Monday evening, and probably looking at a team maybe finish stronger than they started, and pondering the games again. Dublin, of course, next weekend at home in Portlaoise. Lee Chin rises this one, strikes it in, 2 goals and 17 to 10 points. 13 minutes gone, 13 points now between the sides, and that point coming in at 37 minutes of the game. And Macca is coming in down onto our right hand side for Lee Clear, and Conor Phelan coming in on the other side of the field for Fiacre Fennel, and what a game he has had in the middle of the field. Now, 2 Laois subs in. Lee Clear, has he not gone off the field as yet? I'm not too sure. He was on the side of the field, but Wexford are back on the attack again, and coming forward with the ball is Rory O'Connor. He surely go for the goal. Absolutely in around the edge of the square. Shot, goal for Rory O'Connor. And certainly putting a gloss on the scoreline at the finish, Enda.
Yeah, I think so. But you make a small mistake and miscontrol, and they've been able to turn it over. And the Wexford forwards have been able to punish us. That's ultimately the difference. We haven't been as lethal. We've been patchy. Our forwards played well in patches. But I know the score is what it is, but there's still a lot of positive things from what we've been doing today, especially when we're carrying the ball and looking after it. But the obvious one is our shooting, Jack. We need to work on that and tighten up the first touch. First touch there, not good enough. Ball's in the back of our net.
Puck out comes again from Enda Rowland, right down the far side of the field, won by James Ryan. He has certainly done well in this game. And he come on as a blood sub first. Dermot Fennel hits the ball forward and didn't pass the ball just tightly enough, and has taken off him on that far side of the field and taken on the run by Remo McGovern back inside into the centre. Lovely ball across, aimed over there for Aidan Nolan, but taken off him, and brilliantly so. How's out there? Is it Lee Clear? Hand passed the ball forward, he did, but he handed passed it straight to, and it was Lee Clear to an extra man, and they're opening up the Laois defence again, and with the ball is Dermot O'Keefe. He served his sentence by inside, and going strong is Conor Hearn. Back across to Dermot O'Keefe again, looking for a goal again. Back aside, a shot along the ground, and it's a goal again for Wexford right at the end of the game. And combining and opening up the Laois defence, a lot of changes made, but this is certainly putting a gloss on it for the Wexford man, and that time it was Conor Hearn getting in with the goal, and brings it to 4 goals and 17 points to leave 19 points between the sides. The referee blows the whistle, but it has to be said in the Lions that the last 2 scores of the game, 2 goals, and it puts an unfair look on that scoreboard. 4-17 to 10 points.
Yeah, it does, but the game goes on for you have to be in tune for the whole time at Intercounty. Small mistakes are punished. We did hurl well in patches, but only in patches, and at the end of the day we have to be big boys here. We only scored 10 points. That's not good enough. Left a lot of scores behind. We know what we're working on this week in training anyway, Jack. We've been working our shooting, and look forward to the next day.
21 wides in the game then, and giving away 2 goals at the end, 2 bad goals in the opening half. At the end of it all, there's a big gap of 19 points between the sides when it was looking well for Laois through much of the second half. Final score then from Wexford Park, and our thanks again to Hanlon's Kitchens there in Clough-Balacalla for their coverage today, for sponsoring it. It's Wexford 4-17, Laois 10 points.